Welcome back, everybody. What is up? Daily vitamin D number 75 coming at your face. If you go back and watch the original one that I did like 4 years ago, it was terrible. And then they got really good and now they're terrible again. But thank you for watching anyway. I just read an article the other day that Japan now officially has over 86,000, not 86,000 people, 86,500 people to be exact, in Japan are over 100 years old. What? How is that possible? By the way, I want to see the numbers for China, just because their population is a lot huger, so they'll probably have a lot more. But how does this happen? Is it genetics? Maybe. Is it nutrition? Maybe. Is it activity? Maybe. Is it their mindset? Maybe. It's a combination of all these things. But one thing I can tell you for sure, is that stress is huge. Stress is probably, I can't remember the article, man. There's research that stress is one of the biggest contributors of early death, like heart attacks, strokes. You get all sorts of maladies. You can get ill from being too stressed. You can make yourself physically ill by being too stressed out. So I'm willing to bet you that all of those people that are over 100 in Japan and anywhere in the world probably have less stress in their lives for a number of reasons. And I'm going to talk about a couple of those today. Two ways you can reduce stress in your life. You can reduce emotional stress and logistical stress, right? So the biggest way that you can get rid of stress in your life, and I really advocate this, just to let shit go. Learn how to let shit go that doesn't matter. Because what we do, this is how people get breakdowns. They have a mental and emotional breakdown because of all the shit that's piled on. They just pile all this stuff on. They pile all on the worry, pile on all the anxiety. They're dealing with work. They're dealing with health issues. They're dealing with COVID. They're dealing with children and relationship issues and financial issues. And then on top of all that, they're dealing with all the fucking shit in the world that they read on social media, in the news, on the podcast. And because we're conditioned as a society to be outraged and upset about things, to show, hey, no, I'm also upset about this, to show whose team you're on. We take on all this burden to ourselves. And what happens, this is actually the rock analogy in Lorchism. We put rocks, imagine that you're wearing a backpack, and we bend down, we pick up a rock, the stress, we put it in our backpack. And we start to, after a while, you can't carry that shit anymore. And we break down because we don't offload. We just pack it on, but we don't get rid of the stress. We don't let it go. So two ways to let shit go emotionally is, one, know that you don't have to care about it. You don't have to give this thing your attention, your energy. You could let it go and nothing in your life will be any different. Those are things that are easy. Like if you want to know, can I let this shit go? Ask yourself, what will happen if I don't? And what will happen if I do? And if those are the same, like if nothing will happen in your life, if you let that shit go, then let it go. Okay. And number two, don't fucking chase after things, to put into your backpack. Don't pick up shit and put it in your backpack in the first place. Let it go. And avoid taking on new drama. Just avoid drama. Okay. So those are the emotional stressors that we can learn. You can practice to get rid of it. And number two is logistical stress. These are things like all the responsibilities. You have kids that you have to drive everywhere. You have all these chores, you have all these responsibilities, logistical responsibilities. You have tons of shit at work to do. You know, the answer there is to learn how to delegate and learn how to get help and learn how to prioritize so that it's not all piled up at once. That's a logistical problem. And you can learn, and yeah, if you can let some shit go, if it's not going to make your life any different by not doing that specific thing, fuck, get somebody else to do it. Or just wait. There's another time. You don't have to do everything right now all the time. You can put stuff off. It's not procrastination if you have priorities that you need to get to. It's only procrastination if you put it off because you don't feel like doing it and you don't really plan to do it. And by the way, procrastination sucks for your future self too. You're just pawning it off on your future self. So maybe do that person a favor and get some shit done now that you wouldn't want to do later. But anyway, that's it for today. I really do want people to lessen the stress in their life, learn how to get rid of the shit. Focus on what you can control. That's a stoicism thing, the dichotomy of control. If something is completely outside of your control and you can't change it, don't fuss over it. It's out of your hands. You know, there's no reason to expend all this energy. And the other thing I do want to point out, another stoicism saying, Seneca says, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. And he's talking about all of our thinking. We overthink too much. We get anxious about a conversation we have to have. We get anxious about all the shit. I do it. We do it. We all do it. We suffer more in imagination than we do in reality. So we, in our heads, make it worse than it actually is. And we prolong that suffering by thinking about it too much. So bear in mind, whenever you're starting to get stressed, let yourself step back from it. Say, can I let this go? Do I even need to bother with this right now? Can I find someone to help me with this? All of these things. But you don't have to suffer all this stress and all this drama. You don't have to take it all upon yourself. Okay? Avoid breakdowns and maybe live to see 100. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you next video. Like and subscribe.